Good morning. This is World University and Schools WUaS News and Question and Answer on Monday, March 6th, 2023. And as we wait to see if people will join us in this open conversation, this open Q&A, I'd like to share a little news with you. First, see please the video recording with Nanopa Vanda from South Africa from last Monday's WS News and Question and Answer on 2/27/23, the second WS News and Question and Answer on that day. It's a great set of opportunities that Nanopa potentially in conversation with World University and School opens for South Africans, all 59 million South Africans. And as WUaS and World University and School seek to create online free ocw.mit.edu centric wiki World University and School degrees that are also on a Google WUaS educational platform, and potentially law degrees. Nanopa Vanda has a law degree from South Africa, and I know her from Stanford Law Codex, but also for bachelor, PhD, law, medicine, IB, high school, AA, and master's degrees online, first in English. And South Africa has 11 languages I've read. And we would like to be wiki schools for open teaching and learning, people to people, in all of those. So Nanopa asked a great question: what will prospective students from South Africa on the free degree side, possibly South African wiki universitarians on the wiki side, what will South Africans do with their degrees career-wise? And WUS is seeking to create online bookstores and physical bookstores, physical, digital, educational services, bookstores, computer stores, robotic stores, hospital technologies, distribution centers, and academic press for translation with machine translation from and to all of those 11 languages in South Africa for physical digital books, digital book format emerging in a new way. It's a great talk with Nanopa Vanda from last Monday. It's on the youtube.com/Scott McLeod World University YouTube channel from 2/27/26. The news I'd like to share with you today is much about how to engage philosophers potentially with also emerging chat GPT or AI conversational information technologies, Google Bard, AI conversation technologies, and not only for news item 1, knowledge and thinking. So one can ask questions along thinking lines, meaning here problem-solving lines of ChatGPT, as the Pitt philosopher Colin Allen showed quite interestingly in his Pitt philosophy talk of February 14th, 2023. One can ask questions and get pretty sophisticated facts and responses. This is an exciting opportunity to, at World University and School, and potentially with philosophers who think about thinking and think about problem solving, begin to develop new AI conversation possibilities. And at World University and School, which is planning to be in all 7,151 known living languages, such ChatGPT and Google AI, Google Bard, and a host of others, AI conversation technologies will open worlds in these regards. So not only for thinking, but World University and School, news item 2, is also interested in exploring creating a conscious university. So potentially having subjective experience and for in all kinds of ways. But what consciousness is and how consciousness works as subjective experience, awareness, sentience, mind, in relationship with the physical brain, is still a set of fairly intractable questions for philosophers. So one of the questions in this news item 2 that David Chalmers, the philosopher of mind at New York University, addressed in his January 20th, 2023 learning salon, a 3-hour learning salon with which touches on so many issues of consciousness regarding large language models and is a fascinating overview of consciousness, was the question, could a large language model be conscious? And so in extending such questions with regard to World University and School's planned major online 200 universities, and in these 200 countries, official and main languages as large language models, how could these online World University and School, MIT open courseware centric universities in 200 countries in their main languages gain or be coded for aspects of subjective experience, of awareness or sentience, and in a teaching and learning context? So these are exciting possibilities that are emerging. And news item 1B, this is in some blog posts for World University and School. The agenda is artificial intelligence. There's a great new MIT Tech Review article on the inside story of how ChatGPT was built from the people who made it, and exclusive conversations that take us behind the scenes of a cultural phenomenon, published on March 3rd, 2023. Check that out with regard to both Colin Allen, Pitt philosopher Colin Allen's talk on how far we can extend human intelligence with chat AI, and also with philosopher of mind David Chalmers' learning salon on January 20th, 2023, which focused on ChatGPT. Is ChatGPT conscious? He asked at the end of these 3 hours. And he would say no, because it doesn't have subjective experience. Well, one of the questions World University and School would like to explore in building out, in also 7,151 known living languages, is aspects of addressing questions of how to code for consciousness to get at some of these philosophical, intractable problems and questions as well. In a related vein, one aspect of coding for a realistic virtual Earth for languages, so as a large language model at World University and School, would be to how to code, for example, the Google course that's Creative Commons 4 licensed, CS First with Google at World University and School, as conscious, and as conscious human teachers. And one of the aspects of human teachers, which World University and School is seeking to incorporate into our online IT platforms, potentially with, for example, graduate students teaching to the MIT OpenCourseWare faculty courses and video, 2,600 courses at MIT OpenCourseWare, would be how exploring with the Google IT platform, how to code the CS First with Google at World University and School CS course, learning the Scratch programming language, as conscious human teachers. What would that mean? That CS First with Google at WUaS could interact in new ways with students that would be somehow social and conversational and aware of what a student might be interested in learning something more easily, whereby or with, and similar. These are exciting opportunities in the information technology revolution to begin to explore how to code World University and School for consciousness. So could we do this in all 7,151 known living languages on our wiki subject pages that are both academic and creative? Create wiki subjects that are somehow conscious with ChatGPT, AI conversation, Google Bard, AI conversation software to facilitate learning and teaching in brand new ways? And would all of us who might engage these AI conversation chat tools and information technologies in some ways be teaching, for example, World University and School's large language models, and to become conscious? And in all 7,151 known living languages, could we make the WS academic subjects, wiki subjects, become conscious, have subjective experience in interacting with wiki teachers and learners who were engaging them, who were editing them, who were adding to them? And these are fascinating potentials emerging with World University and Schools exploring, creating and developing online wiki universities, MIT OpenCourseWare centric, and wiki schools, where anyone can create a new wiki subject and in their language about something they love, and possibly see if there's any ocw.mit.edu courses they'd like to add, or find some YouTube videos or some scientific papers that they're fascinated about with regard to a specific inquiry or set of questions, and add them to these wiki subject pages, which in their developing consciousness would engage the human as in a kind of conversation that would make these World University and School wiki subjects really dynamic, really fascinating, and a whole new approach to online universities, to online research universities, in ways that are just emerging, that we're just beginning to see the future of, and how will such possible conscious thinking universities become further helpful for teaching and learning, for free degrees, for wiki schools 100 years out, 200 years out at World University and School. And Further news item 2E, could we do this in Arabic? And in what ways? Specific to the Arabic language in about 25 out of 200 countries. And with regard also potentially to US envoy to Yemen in the US State Department, and someone who's interested very much in developing Yemen World University and School for the 30 million Yemeni people in that part of the world. So news item 2F, thanks Dave for Dave Chalmers, philosopher of mind at NYU, leading thinker in terms of questions of consciousness. Thanks Dave Chalmers for your 3-hour Could a Large Language Model Be Conscious? January 20th, 2023 talk with recording. Delving further into how consciousness works in some of your papers and with large language models, how could World University and School even develop a realistic virtual Harbin ethnography in Google Street View with Time Slider, with G-Translate and TensorFlow AI as a large language model itself, a realistic virtual Harbin ethnography as a large language model to become conscious? These are part of my ongoing realistic virtual Harbin ethnographic projects with developing AI in a Google Street View with Time Slider context, and appreciating the possibilities of your Could a Large Language Model Be Conscious talk for further asking these questions with a realistic virtual Harbin ethnography itself. At about 2 hours and 50 minutes into this 3-hour talk, you can see how my physical digital Harbin Hot Springs ethnographic book project may begin to explore how to make large language model of Google Translate with Google AI a scientific project, potentially with comparing, for example, soaking in the Harbin Hot Springs actual physical warm pool and being at Harbin, with comparing with soaking, for example, in a virtual Harbin Hot Springs in a digital mask and from home in one's home bathtub, as one might have a brainwave headset on attached to this digital mask at home, and a brainwave headset also in the Harbin Hot Springs physical warm pool that was actually streaming data from neural processes regarding consciousness and relating it to language over the internet to our avatar bot electronic medical records for further explorations and studies of how consciousness works. News item 2G, and in a related vein, I wonder how we could do this creation of a realistic virtual Harbin Hot Springs ethnography as large language model to become conscious as even a web book, a new form of digital publishing. So how best to make this consciousness generation that large language models and even a realistic virtual earth for languages in a physical digital conversation develop, and in other aspects of developing realistic virtual Harbin, a single realistic virtual Earth for everything, such as even for aging reversal and longevity genetics in one realistic virtual Earth with a realistic virtual Harbin, and in a realistic virtual Earth for genetics at the street view with time slider cellular and molecular levels too. So news item 3, and while I'm not expecting anyone to join us, I just want to check to make sure that people aren't seeking to join this conversation. News item 3, World University and School is seeking to create an ethical MIT OpenCourseware-centric Wiki World University and School in 200 countries and in their 7,151 known living languages. And in WUaS calling for abolition, abolishing of the wrongful buying of selling of people in the illegal sex and illegal drug industries, and regarding their latent networks of violence, is beginning to explore these questions of ethics even in the academic philosophy industry, and beginning to seek to grow an abolition movement in the academic philosophy industry in all 200 countries and in their main languages, and potentially also in regarding World University and School seeking to create philosophy careers, and perhaps hundreds of them or thousands of philosophy academic careers in all 200 countries and in their main languages too. And item 3A, see a recent talk by Sophia Dandelay, who's a Cambridge University early professor with a UC Berkeley PhD, and her talk on epistemic rationality and the value of truth, and regarding also a question of abolition and the truth in academic philosophy industry. Some blog posts about this, check them out. News item 4, once again, World University and School is glad to have a great conversation with Nanopa Vanda in South Africa. And thanks for your great conversation and your WUaS engagement. There's a video recording from February 27th, 2023. Check it out. Lots of fascinating opportunities for South Africans there. News item 5. This moves towards the WS Corporation wing, and about how World University and School might begin to develop Toyota ProAce electric autonomous vehicles, for one, with Toyota humanoid robots like the THR3s, for two, as 2 autonomous systems. And could the Toyota ProAce electric autonomous vehicle camping van or vans come to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in 2024? And so that the WS Corporation bookstores, computer stores, robotic stores can begin home deliveries, for example, and developing them, these Toyota ProAce or ambulance autonomous vehicle vans for telerobotic surgery, and for MIT OpenCourseware centric World University and Schools, 200 medical schools, as teaching hospitals even, to humans in, for example, Toyota ambulance vans, autonomous vehicles, potentially with Toyota humanoid robots, like THR3s. And could World University and School, the WS Corporation, begin to get such vans from Toyota dealerships in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area in 2024 or similar. In a related way, World University and School, as such Toyota ProAce vans emerge, is interested, sort of item 5C here, in developing or facilitating, exploring how Toyota's new electric bicycle focus might work with charging and security in relationship with the Toyota ProAce electric vans as they iterate and develop, and as the WUaS Corporation Hospital Technologies Distribution Centers seek to make such Toyota ambulance vans, potentially with bicycles too, and THR3 humanoid robot surgery professors available in all 200 countries, both physically and digitally. Item number 6, regarding Stanford MindPi cryptocurrency free money daily. It was interesting on February 26th, Sunday, to ask whether, it seems like my Stanford MindPi cryptocurrency accumulation, which was nearing 6,000 Pi coins, dropped down to about 5,100 Pi coins. And I've inquired with Peter Norvig, head of Google AI, and the MIT Digital Currency Initiative, Neha Narula, and also John Hennessy and Lydia Pincher, Wiki Media, Wiki Data product manager in Berlin, about how one could begin to examine what happened in retrospect with this possible drop from about nearly 6,000 Pi coins down to 5,100 Pi coins in my Stanford MindPi app. And wonder also whether it could have been, or it might be, a way of the WUaS Corporation beginning to partner with Stanford MindPi cryptocurrency organization. And as the WUaS Corporation seeks to list on the new Silicon Valley long-term stock exchange in California, and as all three organizations, the WUaS Corporation begins to develop a relationship further with the state of California's Franchise Tax Board, as the Stanford MindPi organization begins to develop a relationship with the state of California's Franchise Tax Board, and as the new Silicon Valley long-term stock exchange begins to develop a relationship with the state of California's Franchise Tax Board. And a further question in these regards is, was the Stanford MindPi organization, if indeed my nearly 6,000 Pi coins dropped to 5,100 Pi coins, was the Stanford MindPi organization thinking in terms of Stanford MindPi coins as having value within their organization, and without yet that I've seen a record of this, potentially facilitating the WUaS Corporation possibly beginning to partner further with the Stanford MindPi organization. These are all questions I'm asking in this WUaS News and Question and Answer as World University and School and the WUaS Corporation seeks to build out with Stanford MindPi cryptocurrency possibly, and possibly partnering in our seeking to code for all 7.9 billion people on the planet, each a Wikidata PIN number at World University. For both Wiki teachers in all 7,000 languages, people-to-people teaching, but also possibly with Stanford MindPy cryptocurrency, seeking to create a single main cryptocurrency for many of 7.9 billion people that would also potentially end poverty, because the Pi coins continue to go up with their algorithms on each of our apps, and such that also nation states and banks and similar could buy Stanford MindPy cryptocurrency even from the WUaS Corporation listed on the Silicon Valley long-term stock market. So news item 7, WUaS accrediting and licensing questions regarding how to get money to begin to license with the state of Pennsylvania's Department of Education, which I think will involve an initial $5,000 fee, and accredit with the Middle States Commission on Higher Education with offices in the greater Philadelphia area, which pre-application fee I think is $1,500, and its initial application fee is $5,000. Could World University and School get such monies from the US federal government, Department of Education, for example? Since once accredited, WUaS, World University and School, is seeking reimbursement from all 50 US states, going to seek reimbursement from all 50 US states' departments of education to World University and School per student per year, and potentially from all 200 countries' departments of education to World University and School per student per year, as we develop our free degrees to students that are ocw.mit.edu centric on a Google WUaS platform. So I've inquired with Siddhartha Mazumdar and some other people in Health and Human Services that he's affiliated with about some of these questions about how to get monies to begin the licensing and accreditation process, hoping to hear back in the next while. World University and School received an email and a call, I think on January 26th, from the state of Pennsylvania's Department of Education, Michelle Simmons, with authorization for PA Department of Education licensing, and in early February from Middle States Commission on Higher Education, Connie Clifton, regarding further Middle States Commission on Higher Education accreditation. So the elements of this accreditation and licensing process are in place. We're seeking the monies right now. News item 8, WUaS aging reversal genetics, exploring in a brainstorming way gene adding information technology machine, and for the millennia, and with physical digital avatar bot electronic medical records. So how to add an aging reversal, or create an aging reversal gene adding machine for millennia with physical digital avatar bot electronic medical records at the atomic level, at the WUaS molecular biology level, at the cell level, at the street view level of time slider, with Google WUaS AI in a realistic virtual earth for CRISPR. So think CRISPR-Cas9 edits times billions. But thanks to Ewan Burney, who is a geneticist and director of European Molecular Biology Laboratories based in Britain, he provided a helpful primer on how such processes might work at this stage of genetic engineering developments with a genotype to phenotype sort of model and a primer on Twitter just yesterday and today, Monday, March 6th, 2023. And I'm curious further, as a consequence of this primer, whether such a gene adding IT machine might even emerge in sort of an Eppendorf test tube model, which is a new approach to gene editing that's scalable. And these are exciting possibilities in conjunction potentially with a realistic virtual Earth for genetics and avatar bot electronic medical records that World University and School is continuing to seek to facilitate and develop. News item 9, regarding artificial intelligence wiki schools. I ask first, what is a wiki school? In item 9A, and then what is a school in item 9B, and then what are AI wiki schools in item 9C here. So what is a wiki school? A wiki is a collaborative tool that allows students to contribute and modify one or more pages of course-related materials. Wikis are collaborative in nature and facilitate community building within a course. This is something World University and School is seeking to develop on our wiki subject pages, of which there are about 725 presently, and in new ways, potentially with AI conversation information technologies in these exciting information technology revolution developments. News item 9B, what is a school? A school is an educational institution designed to provide learning spaces and learning environments for the teaching of students under the direction of teachers. And World University and School would like to expand these questions further on our IT platform with potentially our wiki subject pages, but also building on the CS First with Google at World University and School Scratch language learning course that I mentioned above, and seek to extend the idea of the school, including video conferencing and group conversation with 2 channels for communication, in voice video on the one hand and in group text chat on the other, into new approaches to online education and from home potentially, but socially and as learning spaces and learning environments, potentially where wiki universitarians can also become the teachers and gain teaching experience and possibly develop careers at the same time. So item 9B, how can we, World University and School, develop AI wiki schools with ChatGPT, Google Bard in World University and School 7,151 known living languages? And these are developing possibilities that will open lots of opportunities for all of us 7.9 billion people, to become teachers of this AI conversation in any wiki subject. And both regarding, for example, WUaS academic subjects, chemistry, physics, biology, with all its great MIT OpenCourseWare, and WUaS creative subjects, everything from children's literature and wisdom to painting to sculpture, and in realistic virtual earth for STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, mathematics, potentially with ChatGPT, AI conversation software, Google Bard, and large language models. So the potential to create AI wiki schools at World University and School seems momentous at this time, and in highest quality ways, and in brand new explorations that World University and School's faculty also might facilitate in the future, as well as wiki universitarians, just teaching and learning in learning communities on wiki subject pages at World University and School, AI wiki subject pages on World University and School. So that's the news and question and answer for Monday, March 6th, 2023. And the next WS News and question and answer will be on Monday, March 13th, 2023 at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific, California time. Stay tuned. Twitter.com/WORLD-UNIVANDSCH is where I'll post this video, and at other, for example, WS Press Twitter feeds and others as well. Our email address, if you're interested in free online WS MIT OpenCourseWare centric degrees, is meeting@worlduniversityandschool.org. worlduniversityandschool.org is our homepage, and see you next week. We'll save this video recording to youtube.com/Scott McLeod World University, SCOTTMACLEOD WORLD UNIVERSITY. Until next week, and bye for now.